coming through the end user, so this will be interactive. Okay, now consider, say, this sort of information may not be supportive. See, like in our normal systems, if some different format based data is coming, okay, and which may not be supportive by another middle system, so that middle system will try to convert this not understandable data into the understandable format, and it will try to proceed or forward this data. So same sort of role will be done by this media gateway. So it will try to manage the data. Okay, it will try to convert that data into the desired format too. Okay, and it will try to manage audio data also, as well as media, video or multimedia based data also. So after that this MSC will verify the details with respect to this end user. Okay, now here very simple thing, let's say this internet service provider wish to make sure that this user is still able to make voice call, that is what is the current balance within this user's subscription and so on. Okay, so this sort of information will be verified through these sections. Okay, after that only this MSC will forward this data to the GMSC, and after that this GMSC will convert this data into another one, that is the data which has to be entered into the public network. So based on that it will convert this data and it will divert this data to the public network. Okay, so as we have already learned that this is basically like voice based data and so on. Okay, so voice based data, in short, it will be entered into the public telephonic network. Okay, like which includes ISDN or PSDN too. Okay, so this sort of information we already learned. So what do I mean to say is, and what I had tried to explain you is, if say the question might be asked like explain how does the calling happens in 3G network. So first of all you should explain the 3G. First of all you should explain the which sort of parameters are used to have network access. Second thing, you should explain all those steps. Okay, not in more depth, remember, not in more depth, just you should explain at least what are those steps. And third thing is, like under services you should mention that right now user is calling to the another person who is available in, it might be in that user might be public user, or that user might be the registered user within this ISP's services. Okay, it will vary again. So after that you should explain the role of each component, okay, in brief. Okay, and after explaining the the brief theory about each component, you can explain this flow. Okay, how does the information will be passed, how it will be verified from this HLR, EIR, VLR and AUC after the MGW, and then it will be entered into the public network, and at another end, okay, there will be one more end user, okay, who is trying to make communication with our end user. Okay, so this will be the flow through which the information will be exchanged, and you should explain this example in that manner. So this was the first example to explain how does this audio calling happens through 3G network. Okay, I hope you understood it in a better way. Okay, next thing is what is upgraded, as I said, in this case is the video call. The pure video call can be done through your 3G network, that is through voice over IP section only, as I had said. So in that case, okay, so this is the important role of this media gateway. Okay, so now as I had mentioned, the 3G supports video calling also. So how does it work? Now suppose instead of this voice calling, again, let's say the user wishes to make a pure video call. Okay, so obviously in similar manner, okay, the user will be, user will try to make communication with another end user. Okay, now for understanding purpose, let's consider that this is another end user, okay, and who is available across the network. Okay, let's say for understanding purpose I am just trying to put it here. I hope you will understand it's working in more depth. So after that, okay, as usual, after following first and second step, okay, let's say user wish to make video call, then what will be flow is through eNode. Again, it will be passed to the RNC, to the MSC. So you might be thinking that since this is the video call facility is its major requirement can be the user should have 3G or internet based services. So it's not like so. Okay, this thing is upgraded in 3G. Directly the user can send the SMS, or the user can make voice call through the voice over IP also. Okay, so this was firstly introduced in 3G, and it was famous little bit during those days. So again, the video call based information, obviously the video call might be say 24 images per second, or based on the quality of data. So it is in short the multimedia formatted data. You should first of all understand this part. So this is in short the video format based data, and it is in short a combination of images. Okay, so even though this is based on voice based data, okay, which is introduced based on voice over IP or VoIP, very interesting technology it was. Okay, first it was introduced, I'm just writing here VoIP, voice over IP. Okay, so which is even capable to send your voice based data as well as your packet based data also. Okay, so this was first of all introduced in voice over IP. So when the information is coming through this MSC according to 3G's architecture, it will manage the data through media gateway again. Okay, actually it is going to manage the multimedia based data. Right now the user wishes to make voice call through video calling facility, including the multimedia files too. So this media gateway will be interactive in that way. Okay, so and obviously the rest of the things are similar, which whether that device is able to whether that device is capable to manage video calling facility or not. Okay, again the user will be verified by AUC, the current location of user, the current details of user, the current subscription about the user, which kind of services has been subscribed by that end user, whether that user is able to make video call or not, what is the current balance within its subscription, what is the current charges, and so on. All thing will be verified from this end. Okay, and after that it will be again released from MSC. It will be routed to the GMSC. Now in short, again GMSC is the outermost, or not outermost, the last available component in 3G architecture, after which the data will be entered into the public network. It might be VoIP, or it might be your PSISTN, or it might be your ISTN, that is voice based networks. Okay, and through that public network, okay, the same video based information will be delivered to the another end user. Okay, and once the connection is established, okay, again through this route only the information will be exchanged, okay, between the end user, and that is two end users, the information will be exchanged. Okay, so and obviously each time again this ISP is going to verify the user details. Okay, not all time like authentication and so on. Okay, but all time at least the policies, or say whether that user is able to make the video call further based on what is the current charges or what is the current balance within that user subscription. So based on that, again the details will be verified at the end. I hope you can understand what do I mean to say. So this is how does the video calling is done. Okay, so see, what is the main purpose behind considering those sort of examples is basically you should understand the roles of some components, okay, of the respective technologies or respective networks. So that's why I'm considering this sort of examples. Okay, so basically the above part, as I said, is related to your SIM card based, that is GSM network. Okay, and further part is related to the internet based network. So I hope you have understood this kind of example. Okay, to explain 3G or the respective example, you should consider such kind of points. Another example is, okay, like internet based example. So if the question is asked to explain how does the 3G works, so you should consider at least a single example related to the internet based activity. Okay, or the example can be asked like explain how does the internet works in 3G, or how does WhatsApp application works in 3G, how does the Facebook application works in 3G, or how does a particular mobile application works in 3G. Okay, so you should explain or the working of this sort of architecture by considering this kind of example. So let's consider one example, like this end user is downloading some content from another server, as I had considered already similar types of examples in previous session. So it's my request to first of all go through the previous sessions to understand in more depth like which sort of examples can be asked, and to explain the respective question about explain the working of internet through particular technology. It might be 3G or 4G and so on. Okay, so you should explain in that way. Now consider, let's say this is Google server. Okay, now Google server, in the sense, Google have a lot of services. Okay, like some sort of servers are used to provide the multimedia. That is very simple example. Like when consider YouTube is one kind of service, Gmail is one kind of services, their drives, online drives. Okay, then and so on. So many services comes under Google's, out of which, okay, let's consider, say this user is searching youtube.com. okay, and after youtube.com, let's say user is clicking on some a video link. After that, some video file is loaded into the web browser, and user will have that particular streaming of video. So this is the example supposed to explain how does internet works through 3G. Okay, so obviously there will be two end users. Okay, it might be purely users, or it might be client server architecture too. So in this case, now suppose this is the first user, that is your actual user who is subscribed under this ISP services, and another user is suppose again the Google's web server. Okay, who is acting as a server in this case, who is providing, or who is going to provide the asked information to this end user. So here in this case, again the flow will be similar. Okay, so after completion of first two major steps, okay, right now this user is connected to the internet service provider's network. Okay, now through safe established network between end user and internet service provider, based on that, right now user is enabled the 3G within the device. Okay, after which the user is able to manage or use internet based services. Now internet, in the sense, it purely supports packet based data. Always remember, voice based data is different, packet based data is different. Okay, so after that, this user, first of all, see what is first step is, okay, let's try to understand in a very practical way, and even though my intention is to explain you those steps in a very simple way. So first of all, it will try to search within web browser, that is through web application. The user will try to uh, you know uh, search for the content through URL, that is uniform resource locator, very simple thing, through a particular website. Okay, so URL is like youtube.com. Okay, I'm not writing it, you can understand it. youtube.com is first URL. Okay, so when user is going to hit the enter within web browser, okay, so what will happen is, so first the request based packet will be transferred through the RNC. Okay, so RNC will understand that since this is packet based data, so it has to be passed through IUPS. Okay, so packet switching network based component. Again, it will be received by SGSN here. Okay, so again SGSN will try to verify all things as I had mentioned earlier. Okay, now in similar way, this SGSN has charging gateway. Okay, so through this charging gateway, again it will be how much data is remaining within that user's subscription, like that user might be subscribed for 1 GB. Okay, so rest of the details, what is the current balance and so on, related to the network based activity, that is packet based activity. So it will be verified from that charging gateway. Okay, and after that only the packet will be released from this SGSN, that is serving GPRS support node. Okay, it will be again verified by that border gateway again. See, not necessary that it should be verified by a border gateway. Okay, so I'm just skipping this step. I'll let you know what is the role of border gateway for here. Okay, so again the flow will be in this manner. Right now the charging gateway, okay, sorry, not charging gateway, charging gateway is the pink one, and this gateway GPRS support node. Okay, now here again GGSN is responsible to interact with the outside network. So the request will be again delivered through the internet based network or data based network. You can consider it as it's up to you what should be the nomenclature. You can write down as a data N, that is data network, or you can mention it as internet also. Okay, so that request will be received by the Google's web server. Okay, so this is how the request will be first of all delivered. Okay, so I'm just writing here for your understanding purpose, since this is a request based information. Okay, and request is just to load the youtube.com as a home page. Okay, just only right now the URL has been heated by the user. Okay, now after that this Google will understand that user is looking for the youtube.com as a home page. Okay, so after that this Google will respond. Okay, Google's web server will respond to the end user. Okay, so the flow will be again in similar manner. Okay, so don't get confused. Through public network, through charging gateway. Okay, so again it will be received by this SGSN. Now again SGSN will verify all times this through charging gateway, and after that only the response will be delivered back to the end user. Okay, so I'm just writing here as a response, RES. Okay, so in this way request and response is done. See, before response, even though so many steps are there, so I thought it's not necessary that you should explain those steps here. Just try to understand how does it works. So after that this user will have the youtube.com as a home page, and what was our next thing is, there is the user is going to again click on a particular video link, and after that the user will have again the streaming part, that is video streaming part. Okay, so again in this way the request and response will be happening for this purpose also. Okay, so again in that manner, once the secured the secured link is established between end user to end users, that is between this uh, this end device and the web server, again through same way, again through secured channel or through secured communication link. Okay, the information will be exchanged between the end device, that is the server is going to provide continuously the information to the end user, which is in short video based information, and which is in short video streaming file based information, remember. Okay, so this will be the flow, okay, between the end device and server. So I hope right now you have understood the role of the components, okay, which are active in internet based working, or how does the internet works in 3G architecture, and what are the activated components in internet based activity. Okay, now here the role of border gateways. Okay, now suppose any user has entered into this ISP's network who is not registered within the ISP services. Okay, so it might be the user from another ISP which is said to be as a foreign user. So again, and that user might be accessing some information, so it will be verified and managed by this border gateway. This is one role of BG. Okay, this is one of the functionality. Another functionality is also very important. Okay, this border gateway is responsible to manage the protocols, the outside network based information or the inside network based protocols and information. So it is responsible each time, okay, which sort of protocols are used between this ISP and another end user. Okay, this is also major role of this border gateway, like security protocols are used in making communication between two end users and so on. So this border gateway is also for responsible for this thing. It is fine that this GGSN plays important role in making routing between the ISP and another network. It is in short acting as a gateway, but in short the protocols, the standards, the security protocols, everything is managed by this border gateway. This is the role of BG. So all time it is activated. Okay, and one of the functionalities also, like it is going to manage the foreign users also. Okay, just remember, don't get confused. I hope you have understood the role of this BG also in this case. So this is the example for how does the internet works and how does a particular application works. It might be web application, or how does the YouTube, like I had considered the example like how does the youtube.com or how does the video streaming is done through network. Okay, so in more depth, as I said, another steps are also done through this, that is after having request and response, how does the actual information is exchanged, that is streaming video file between end users. I'll try to explain you this again in a little bit brief points, not in more depth. Okay, let's try to see it again. Let me clear those notations and then again I'll start. Just wait for a moment. Okay, so this part I had already explained you. Okay, like how does the request and response is done for a particular URL. Okay, now very important thing is, okay, after when this user will have the youtube.com as a web page, the user is to load some media file or stream some video file, right? So again, for this purpose, okay, remember that the request again will be delivered. Okay, obviously all steps needs to be followed through that architecture. Okay, through. So here the again border gateway will be activated. See, in previous case I had not explained you this with respect to BG's role, but here again I am going to explain you with respect to the BG's role, that is border gateway, and how does the secured connection is established between two end devices, and how does the security protocols are used. So when in first time the network packet request packet will be delivered to stream that video file, this border gateway will be activated, okay, and it will try to include the security based protocols also, a sort of the security based techniques and protocols will be included within that network packet file. Okay, so the server will agree again, and based on that it will try to respond to the end device. Okay, so when this server will be agreed to make further communication, after that only there is this response is also even very important. Okay, due to that response only the secured communication will be happening between this end user and the 3G architecture whichever be used, and through that tunneling or through that secured way only the information will be continuously delivered to that end server, which is in short our example is video streaming file through youtube.com. If there is any downloading any file in streaming, continuously streaming will be done through that secure network. So in those cases the BG is very important thing. Always remember to manage the external and internal network with respect to the maintained standards and protocols. Okay, so once this communication is happening, okay, the information will be exchanged between the same route only. Okay, route in the sense, in this case this we are just only considering this part as a public network, but in short some sort of nodes are further connected through which the information is exchanged. Okay, now suppose these nodes are active nodes in the network, and let's say those are the end users, okay, who are communicating through this public network, this sort of public network. Okay, these are two end users suppose. Okay, now once the secured connection is established between two end users, okay, the route can be anything. So through that route only the information will be exchanged, always remember, and the information will be exchanged through that route only unless until the session is not disconnected or the user who is receiving the data is not terminating the connection. Okay, once the connection is terminated, again after that the secured link will be disconnected, and again the next time when the user wish to send or exchange some information next time, again it has to be established in a similar manner again. So this is the meaning behind this architecture. Okay, so let me save this image also. Okay, so this is how the internet works. I hope you have understood right now the working of 3G, how does the 3G works. I hope you have understood the role of this each independent components used in 3G, and what is the role of UTRAN. Okay, so this is nothing but universal terrestrial radio access network. Very simple thing, it is related with the wireless station based information, and how does the wireless station is upgraded in 3G than the previous technologies. It might be 2G or GPRS you can say. Okay, how does the coordinate path part is upgraded in 3G, and very important thing is at the end I would like to tell you that if the question is asked explain UMTS, okay, architecture, then you should explain the same architecture again, that is 3G architecture, remember, because UMTS architecture is similar to the 3G. And if you go through our syllabus, in our syllabus also this universal mobile telecommunication system is differently given, but does the architecture of UMTS and 3G are similar. Okay, remember this thing, so don't get confused. The architecture behind them is similar. So I hope you have understood how does the 3G architecture works, or how does the UMTS works. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Thank you.